Capricorn, and welcome to your October short and sweet messages and predictions. This is if you are a Capricorn sun, moon, rising. If you have your Venus in Capricorn, you can look at these messages, predictions, advice, guidance from a relationship perspective and any type of relationship. But I'm using my Bambit deck, my Samhain deck, and my Halloween deck. So let's get right into this, okay? This is going to just be whatever messages Spirit has for you. God, Source, Universe, whomever it is for you coming through. We're going to clarify with the tarot. So first card out for you is Elders. Number 15, number 6 could be important. Birthed from seed within the belly of the moon, they are the wise felt touches over our hearts and felt deep within the marrow of our spirit. So for some of you, we could say right away that maybe your elders, your ancestors are coming through to you right now with some messages, with some guidance. There's going to be a couple messages here. It could be in the form of ideas, thoughts, remembering things that you used to do, right? It could be right now, the elders in your life that have wisdom and great ideas and experiences, and maybe you need to go to them to gather some of those experiences and stories and wisdom. But I'm going to pull tarot to get a little more info here. There's something, Capricorn, that they're trying to give you advice and guidance from beyond or in the here and now, okay? So whatever it is, whether it's aunts, uncles, great aunts, uncles, grandparents, okay? Older cousins, older distant relatives, somebody is trying to, I feel, get your attention or has something to share. So even for some of you, if you've been thinking, oh, I need to go and talk to my grandparents, maybe it's about your ancestry, and you always think, I have tomorrow. No, you know what? Do it now. Get as much info and spend as much time with them as you can. We have the 7 of potions or cups here, okay? There are so many different things, I feel, because normally it's a card of choices, but with this, I feel there's so many different things that you can learn from them. It's not going to be just one-sided or one-dimensional. I feel like learning one thing then can branch off and lead to 3 more. But somehow for you, Capricorn, this is really important for you in your life right now. That's why you're getting this message. And it'll especially resonate with you if this is something you've been thinking about. It could be about you going and getting your aunt's recipe. I've been working with my mother and my aunts and a cousin doing pickling and preserving. And, you know, it's a recipe from my grandmother, from my aunt that they've all used. So I'm telling you this for a reason. It could be something like that. You know, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do right now. I think that's the saying. I'm usually horrible with them, but because I just feel like one thing will lead to another, and you'll be so happy you did it. Here with the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, see, Pentacles is, to me, it's just a very responsible and steady Eddie type of energy. And with the little Page of Pentacles, it's about developing new skills. Look at this little page here, painting, right? Maybe there's something you learn from them. It's how to pickle. It's how to make a certain family tradition recipe. There's something for you to learn here with the Pentacles and the little Page of Pentacles. There's something for you to learn, a skill to develop, an opportunity, right? Because I said one thing can lead to something else, It could lead to, okay, I don't know why soap just popped into my head, but maybe your grandmother will say, or your aunt always made their own soap, Capricorn. This is an example. And you're going to go learn that, but you're going to turn it into a business, right? Because it's a pentacle here. So it's a possible financial opportunity. It may be you have always loved your grandmother's baking. You may open your own cupcake shop. It's that type of thing, okay? So just take that, how it resonates with you. It doesn't mean that's what it's going to be. So don't sit and go, well, I don't bake and I'm never opening a... you take it in context to your own life. But there's something that you can do. It may be that's just going to help other people, all right? But there's many opportunities here, I feel, for you to learn something. Okay, coming of darkness. Number 7 could be important to you. All the light is dimming. Life is withering at the core. Are you ready? Well, that's interesting. Because I feel, right, you know, he's bringing in the wood for winter. It's you know, it's getting colder. Fall is coming. This is from the Mabon deck, right? You know what? It's time for pickling again and harvesting, you know, putting things into your root cellars, into your cold cellars. I feel like, and I'm not saying anything is happening here to anyone, but I just, again, I feel like it's the time is coming. You need to learn about this now rather than later. And that could be for many reasons, okay? Not that anything is, someone's dying. That's not what I'm saying. It could be maybe they might get forgetful. Maybe Alzheimer's or dementia could set in. The recipes could be lost. They could be handed out off to someone else who doesn't want to share them. There's a reason why you need to do this today and not tomorrow type of thing. But let me get a little more here. But that's what I feel with the are you ready? Because, you know, I feel like there's some sort of time limit on it, Capricorn, the moon. I'm going to grab the other card. And the Empress. See, the thing that's coming in with the moon is, again, sometimes it's a full, big, bright moon, and sometimes it's a very dark, you can't see it, new moon. Again, I feel like it comes back with, like I said, the recipes, for example, or whatever it is, it could be a piece of something from an elder is going to get passed off to someone else because they didn't know that you wanted it. It's like it's illuminated in the here and now, and then it goes dark. That's the way I feel about it, okay? So do it now while the time's right, because that is where you are going to have the most success, because the Empress, she's just successful at everything. She's the Queen of Queens. She's smart, intelligent, determined, compassionate, caring, loving. You know, she goes after what it is that she wants. She's wise and clear in her direction. So in other words, she's winning, right? In order for you to win here, I feel like you need to move on it now. Now, let's get one last card before we go, Capricorn. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. That's what keeps coming into my head. So, that's your main message here, I feel. Threads. Oh, I'm going to read it, but I'll tell you what, just weave the threads of your dreams, your thoughts, shape your reality. For some of you, you need to hear that particular message, okay? But again, when we're going back to the elders, the ancestry, you know, it is a web. Everything is connected. It's your family tree, right? I feel like there's something really important that you need to, hang on, learn about. The Magician card just came out there. Because he can take anything and turn it into something. All right. He has all the tools in his chest to make something happen. From a little bit to a lot. He can take that little bit and turn it into something magnificent with his magic, or vice versa. But I feel like you have to, and look, there's even a web in here. And I noticed that you need to, maybe you're the person who's going to learn the family history, and you're going to be the person that's going to keep that and record that for the family. It could be that type of thing. You keep everything, I want to say, tightly woven together like a web, right? There's something there, okay, in this card. The 5 of Cups. See how there's a broken bottle here? I feel like you're going to keep everything together. Because I said you're going to learn something that's going to lead to something else, to something else, to something else. You're the one, Capricorn, who's kind of going to hold it together. And that's not meant to be, I'm hearing directly, not meant to be a you've got to hold everything together. Not like that. But you will, you know, it's like if one thread gets broken, if one bottle gets broken, then if one recipe gets lost, well, that's the end of the recipe, right? It is no more. The chain, the bottle, the web has been broken. And I feel like you're going to keep that all together. You will be the tie that binds. Does that make sense? I think so. Let's just go with it. But it's something along those type of lines. I hope this made sense to you somehow, Capricorn. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful fall, these beautiful, crisp, cool days, and all the beautiful colors. I will see you in your next reading.